Your friends are scrolling through short content, but you, my friend, you're here to learn. Welcome to TRS Clips. The first question is about this one temple I've heard about in Kerala. I believe it's called the Padmanabhan Temple. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But there's supposed to be a door with serpents on it, and you're not supposed to enter the door. It reminds me of the tomb of Tutankhamun, which is supposed to hold curses and treasure behind it.
Yes.
Have you been to this particular temple, the one in Kerala?
I've been to the outside of the temple.
Okay.
Yes. They had restrictions at that time. There's no filming inside, by the way. Now the entire temple is in the middle of a big lawsuit.
Why?
Because they have found, a lot of gold and diamonds and treasure in the vaults, in the underground vaults of this temple. There's one particular vault called Vault B, and they're fighting back and forth in the court saying that it should not be opened. It should not be opened at all. They've already found, I don't know how much money they've found. Okay. Today, I think it's worth maybe billions of dollars. It could be that much money found there. It had already been there. So it's a very interesting story. Again, the same thing, there have been underground walls that historically priests have said, we're not supposed to open this. Nobody's supposed to open this. Okay, this is forbidden by the gods. And we have stories just like the tomb of Tutankhamun, right? So when they opened it, people fainted. Some people who opened the vault fainted. They saw snakes coming out of the vault. And it turns out it's not just one chamber. When they saw one chamber and they found a huge box full of treasure. And then they found another door behind that. And then behind that. And then behind that. So it just keeps on going.
And it's all underground?
Yes, it's underground. I think it's going as a slope inside. And then there's one door they found. It's now called Vault B. And it has a set of intertwined Nagas guarding it. Okay. And then the priests have said, no, there's no way you can open this, right? They're actually saying that if you open the door, the world will come to an end or something like this. Okay. And of course, this is now in the courts saying that, no, some people are saying we want to open it, right? Because the government is saying that all this treasure belongs to the government, right?
These people who are saying that they want to open it are usually the villains in these movies.
Yes.
But who are the people who are trying to open it though?
Well, the government people who always claim, right? And there is a huge movement now saying that who actually owns the temples, right? Historically, it may have been a family, it may have been a king who owned the temples, right? The temples are a property of, a particular group. Now, in the last 50 or 100 years, we can say the temples are a part of the state government, for example, right? So the government definitely wants to open because it can bring them revenue, right? It brings a lot of money to them.
How many $1 billion do you think it is in that one temple?
I don't want to give you wrong information, but I think it's billions and billions of dollars.
Or could you draw out a visual at least? Is it like, a swimming pool full of gold coins like that cartoon?
At least that, I think. At least that.
With like diamonds and like random golden swords.
Yes, at least that. Because they keep opening chambers after chambers. And then we don't know, right? So we're looking at a door with intertwined Nagas. But there may be more doors behind that, right? So this may not be the end of the treasure, right?
Who do you think put it there and why?
I mean, obviously you can argue, traditionally what will people say, right? So they'll say, oh, the kings were just hoarding their treasures, right? They were just stockpiling them, right? This is a standard argument. But no, I think as we go deeper, like a temple, just like how I explained, the temple starts from the base level, right? It starts from the animals and then to the art and architecture and then erotica. You can be stuck. You can be stuck in erotica and you cannot see the gods. So this is what they're doing. They're first throwing you the money, so you'll be stuck in them. But as we go deeper, there may be more information, right? What if you find a map or like a blueprint for making a Vimana in the vault? Think about that, right? What if you find advanced technology to build a spaceship or something? It's possible, right? Ancient Indian texts are full of this kind of strange information. So I think maybe something is really valuable, right? Money, right? What can you do with money, right? What is the use of money if you're not going to build a better future, right? But I think the money is just a distraction. What they're just doing is just a distraction. And the Nagas guard the underworld, right? You know this, the Nagas are guarding the Patala Loka in all ancient texts. So there may be actually, some have said that this is an entrance into the underworld, right? This is the entrance to Patala Loka, right? And we don't know what's there. I mean, it can be anybody's guess. Maybe it's an empty room. Maybe it's full of gold and diamonds. Maybe we have advanced information. Maybe there are more doors that keep on going, right? We don't know that. But it's a very big deal. It's a very, very big deal. Unfortunately, you know how this works, right? Something opens up in an ancient site, then it gets muddied into the court, the legal stuff, and then it'll just be there for a long time. It's done so people lose interest.
And then eventually the government wins.
Of course.
So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this playlist for more videos just like this. It's TRS Clips.